We are but another day closer to WrestleMania 33, and that's exciting for you. It's exciting for me, especially because we're just coming off the back of SmackDown, the last go-home show before WrestleMania, unless you take NXT into account, but we don't, because no one takes NXT into account, which means the countdown is on. But Jack is off in Orlando, so you've got me, Simon from WhatCulture, instead doing your SmackDown ups and downs, and that's where I'm wearing my hat, because I wear my hat as a salute to my man Jack the Jobber, even though he's not here right now, even though he's a lot younger than me. But we don't talk about that, we only focus on the positives. But still, was SmackDown a good show? Was SmackDown a bad show? Am I more excited about the biggest event of the year, or am I less excited? Obviously I'm more excited because it's me and I love wrestling, but let's get critical and let's up some downs. So, the show opened with the segment you'd expect it would do between AJ Styles, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And look, let's face it, as of right now, I think it's the most exciting angle on the show of SmackDown. Now, I'm not saying that AJ Styles shouldn't have a better opponent than Shane McMahon, but I am saying if Shane McMahon can shine an even bigger spotlight on AJ Styles, I'm alright with it, because AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the company, and maybe the best wrestler in the world, so it's getting up. With that said, there was a lot of nonsense in this segment, especially Shane McMahon talking like he was one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. He says he brings out the best in everybody, and that if Styles doesn't bring his A game, he may lose. Let me tell you right now, I got nothing against Shane McMahon, but if Shane McMahon wins, bottom line, Shane McMahon cannot win. AJ Styles has to come out of this match as the victor, and then whether he goes to Raw or whether he stays on SmackDown, he's got to be put back into the title scene, and everyone has to remember why he's so damn good in the first place. Not like it's hard to forget. But they did establish that it's a match with no gimmicks, and yet Shane will still find something to climb up and jump from, and that's why we saw the elbow last week on SmackDown, so at WrestleMania he can do something bigger. And the rumor is that they've actually built a roller coaster for WrestleMania 33 because it's the biggest thrill ride of the summer or something like that. So he's probably going to climb up a roller coaster and jump off it. You crazy, Shane McMahon. You crazy. But it all worked here. Bryan did a good job, Shane did a good job, AJ did a good job. I'm intrigued to see what happens. Much like over on Raw, the most intriguing match is Roman versus Taker. This feels like the most intriguing one here, and when all's said and done, intrigue's the best thing in wrestling. So again, Shane McMahon, please lose. Just understand what happens when we come out of the back of WrestleMania 33. But with all that said, enjoyed it, good stuff. Looking forward to what they're going to do on Sunday. Which then brings us to the women's division, which, much like on Raw, as I said yesterday, if you want to go check that out, there's too many bodies here. There's too many bodies. It felt like a mess. It felt rushed. The title match at WrestleMania has now been moved to the pre-show, which makes me think instantly, maybe I don't need to care about this. And the whole thing is just sadness. Down. What's worse, what started as Lynch versus Carmella then just became a tag match because all the women got involved. The WWE just went, oh, well, let's throw Mickie James in there and then let's get Natalya involved and we'll just have one big brawl. There's no build. Also, Becky Lynch teamed with Mickie James. Now forget the fact they're going to go at it on Sunday. Has she just forgotten how James reintroduced herself into the company a few months ago? Just forgotten. Like, don't worry about that, love. Let's just walk forward and think positive thoughts. You can't trust her, Becky Lynch. She screwed you before and she'll screw you again. You've got to start thinking for yourself. And then the best bit was, at the end of this brawl and after the tag match was done, Naomi just came out. You know, Naomi, who did win her first women's title, and it was a big deal, and it was quite a nice feeling, but then had the belt taken off on her because she got injured and wasn't going to be able to make WrestleMania, even though someone like Dean Ambrose hasn't defended his title in like 422 days, but that's all right. Why didn't we save this for WrestleMania and have her be a surprise entrant? She comes out, and it's in her hometown, by the way, and she could have won. Feel-good moment for everyone. And then, if it isn't a pre-show, that's okay, because you made everyone feel good before the show even started. Wonders never cease. Have I gone nuts? Or did I just watch SmackDown too early this morning? But where was Dean Ambrose? And where was Baron Corbin? Especially because they've got an IC title match on Sunday, which is probably going to be like a forklift match. But that aside, they weren't on the go-home show for the show that they're on. Down. Don't really know what to say about that, but if you wanted to bury the Intercontinental title even more, this is how you do it. Don't even feature it before WrestleMania. And as we've established, and we'll establish again, just to make the point, WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year, and the IC title doesn't even get mentioned as if it's going to be on the pre-show or the main show. It just didn't exist. Do you remember like 20 years ago when the IC belt was really important? Stone Cold had it, The Rock had it, Shawn Michaels at one point was like, yes, IC champion. Now it's just being fought over forklift trucks. Murder. Oh well. It is only fair that we give another up to everything that happened between John Cena and Nikki Bella and The Miz and Maurice. To be honest, for a match I wasn't excited about, this has been pretty damn good. We did get another total Bella's bullshit segment, which was probably as good as the ones we saw last week, only this time it saw Maurice, playing Nikki Bella, propose to The Miz, who was playing John Cena, and John Cena, or The Miz, turned around and said, nope, I ain't marrying you, which to be honest, has probably happened behind closed doors once or twice. John Cena don't like getting married. Just go watch Total Divas. It's like rule number 340 or something. John Cena ain't getting married to nobody. And from there, John Cena just tore Miz and Maurice a new one. And when I say he tore them a new one, I mean he tore them a new one. He absolutely verbally assaulted the pair, and he threw loads of swear words in there. I thought this was a PG product, but apparently not, and goes to show how important Cena's got now. He can say whatever he wants. He's basically The Rock, but some guy that actually comes back to the program and doesn't just turn up at WrestleMania to set his name on fire. I tell you what though, on Sunday, Miz and Maurice better win because they got absolutely castrated here. And yeah, have them cheat to win so it's not a big deal. And then afterwards, you can still have Cena propose to Nikki Bella and everyone can be like, oh, this is so lovely and amazing. And I'll be there going, oh, this is so awkward and terrible and forced. But then you still get your happy moment. You can still feature that on mainstream press or the news or whatever you want to do. More importantly, you didn't affect The Miz. And coming out of WrestleMania, I'd make sure you give The Miz a massive push. He's earned it. Still, great build. Match, meh, not so sure, but they did all they could. That gets 2 thumbs up. There was just some big, random 10-man tag team match on SmackDown. They just took all the teams, picked them up, and threw them in a match and went, yeah, just fight. It doesn't mean anything. Let's not pretend we're going to try and build up anything for Sunday. Just go have a fight. Just go have a fight. Oh, Tyler Breeze, come here a sec. Come in. You taking pinfall. Now, it was good that American Alpha were the ones giving the pinfall, but that doesn't make up for what happened last week. And given that the Usos are the new champions and were on the losing side, and they may have not lost physically, but they're on the losing side, again, who did this serve? And why are the tag team belts being treated like they're ice cream that you just gave to a kid and the kid doesn't care because he's young and doesn't understand and he just drops it on the floor? This really upsets me. Make them important and it's getting it down. However, if this is filler, because at WrestleMania the Usos are going to come out and start ranting and raving that they're the best and they've beaten everyone, and then the Hardys come out, I will forgive you. Because if I get the Hardys versus the Usos at WrestleMania and the Hardys win, you can do whatever you want on SmackDown. I will give you a free pass for at least 12 weeks. The WWE, please let that happen. I was excited about that Bray Wyatt-Luke Harper match all week, and while it did live up to my expectations, the ending most certainly didn't, and it's getting it down. I mean, it was good that Bray Wyatt won, but couldn't we have put him in a bout against anybody as opposed to take very talented and very underused Luke Harper and go, can you go out there and lose to Bray Wyatt again? I mean, you're not doing much at WrestleMania, and to be honest, we found a slot for you and you're never going to go up. So if you can just be jobbed out to Bray so he looks a bit strong before his title match, that would be awesome. There's better people to do that. Luke Harper, for some reason, doesn't get a fair shot, and it would be nice if he started getting a fair shot. But I'm not going to rag on them too much because they're both very good workers and they're both very skilled in the ring. And as long as we come out the biggest show of the year and the roller coaster is done and Luke Harper has more of a spotlight put on him, I can forgive anything. Let's just hope that happens. I mean, it hasn't happened for about 8 years, but anything's possible, especially now that he's changed his vest. And as we all know, a costume change is what's best for business. The show finished, however, and let's not forget finished here, means this is the lead-in to WrestleMania 33. Big deal, with Randy Orton going back to the scene of the crime, which we all know you never do. If you commit a crime, you stay away from there forever. I'm talking about when he burned down Sister Abigail's house. He got a crucifix and he stuck it in her grave. Now, I don't know about you, that is some weird shit. Naturally, Bray Wyatt wasn't happy about any of this, but this whole feud has gone in completely the wrong direction for me. I like a bit of hokiness, but I don't like pokiness, and I feel like we're into pokey territory. I mean, we've had fires, we've had Bray Wyatt rubbing himself with ashes, that was weird, and now we've got Randy Orton stabbing crucifixes into graves. No words. How did we get... Did Vince Russo come back? Did somebody call Vince Russo and go, Vince? And he was like, yo, bro, I've got an idea. We can come back and do all this stuff. It's madness. I think it would be fine if it was for a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, but for WrestleMania, it feels too nuts. And maybe I'm just too old to accept it, because I did love all the stuff Kane and Undertaker used to do 20 years ago or whatever. So maybe it's me. Maybe I have the problem. But I'm giving it a down. I'm looking forward to their match at Mania. But honestly, this is really weird. What does a 12-year-old think of this? Mum, Randy Orton took a crucifix and stabbed a dead woman this evening. Mum goes, you're not watching WWE anymore, son. You're not allowed. And that was SmackDown. And while it was an entertaining show, a lot of the big programs kind of felt like they didn't go in the direction they needed to. And to be honest, between Raw and SmackDown, we didn't get that one massive blow-off angle that you usually get before the biggest show of the year. So that was a shame, but as I said yesterday, I remain excited because I'm just an excited guy. That sounds weird. Couple of quick predictions though. Please, for the love of everything, let AJ Styles win. And more importantly, maybe we should have Bray Wyatt win here as well. Taking the title off him at this stage seems too early. Randy Orton will be fine regardless. It hopefully means in a few months' time, Wyatt feels like a proper main eventer. But that won't happen. Randy Orton is going to win. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about SmackDown, and maybe even WrestleMania, and then like, share, and subscribe. You can even follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. I'm there at SimonMiller316, and then go to Google, type in WhatCulture, or just go to WhatCulture.com and read the ups and downs articles. I'm Simon from WhatCulture, and this is me signing off before WrestleMania. So remember, have a good show, enjoy it, put a smile on your face. Only happens once a year, like Christmas.